could be good again. I've been nothing but a girl who really should be nothing less. Don't mess up and let you tell us all how you actually feel. If you do, then they'll cut you right at the heel, and it hurts. Can't save you. It's all on your mind to change, dude. And baby, you can really try if you got me.
We're here at Saab Owners Convention 2023 in Chicago, Illinois. Behind me right here is one of Tom Donnie's very special cars he drove out from Sturgis. We're going to get a ride along in this car behind us right now and talk to him a bit about it. And then we'll head around, check out some other cars, maybe do some other ride-alongs, so stay tuned. All right, so my initial plan actually was to do a quick little ride along with this thing. It turned into so much more, including even Tom letting me drive this car. So I'm gonna play a couple minutes worth of footage right here as a teaser, but I'm actually gonna have a full-length video on this car. May or may not be out by the time you guys see this, depending on how I do the video order. But I mean, this thing is just something special. It's called the Getaway Car because it actually has a bullet hole in the trunk. And it's just a two-stroke, 4 on the tree actually. He retrofitted a different transmission. You guys will hear all about that in the full video, but I'm gonna roll some of that footage right now for you.
So, you know, we can shift without the clutch as long as we're going fast enough. Or so we can shift all over there without a clutch.
That's
yeah, it's
awesome.
kind of a neat feature. And I can shift into low here as I slow down, and as long as I don't come to a complete stop.
Not using the clutch at all.
Not using the clutch at all. And then as you shift up to a higher gear, you just have to let the engine RPMs drop below the transmission input shaft speed.
It'll just slide right into gear.
Slides right in. Well, I don't know how this is going to work out. We're going to find out. Jacob's going to try to drive this car, so
yeah,
we'll see. All right, I think you're clear. And then we'll just come straight down when you're ready. Just straight down, yep. And you don't even need the clutch.
All right, just the habit, you know?
It is, yeah. So we'll just pause in neutral.
Oh, I shouldn't have.
All right, yeah, that's fine. Just let the clutch out. Just let the clutch out. Pull it to you and go up. There you go.
Oh, wow. Just slides right in.
Yeah, it does.
It's almost as if you were using the clutch.
Yep.
And back down.
Yep.
And the fourth. That's so cool.
Yep. Nice.
Another hole.
Nice.
You're giving me 2 hills. Oh, this is awesome. It just pops like crazy. So like I'm taking forever to shift, but I don't mind it because it sounds so good, you know?
Right, right. Yeah, Eric Carlson drove my 92 that we drove it to Hilton Head in 1998. That right after Larry Williams died, and that was another car with no rear brakes hooked up. And I drove that car all the way to Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Wow.
And Eric Carlson, during a big SOC, had a huge group of people had gathered to watch Eric drive my 92. And he went flying through about 100 people, a crowd. And the crowd had gathered in the middle of the road to watch him. And as Eric come flying through with the 92, it was like Moses parting the Red Sea. The people just, everyone moved, and he plowed right through the middle of all the people. Everyone got out of the way. They thought he did it on purpose. He got out and he waved, and oh, it's great, great, yeah, it's fantastic. He walks up to me and he goes, he whispered in my ear, your brakes are no damn good. He thought he would be able to stop before the people, and he didn't quite make it.
Well, Tom's car is something special. We just have so many more special Saabs here. I didn't go over any of the Concourse cars yesterday, but let's go through those right now. Right here is another classic 96 in beige with the red. It's really cool. It is a 1968, so you can see between the years just how these cars kind of evolved between the two. The bigger grille, probably for more airflow. A little bit of a bigger body to it, looks like, possibly. And that one's obviously got the roof racks. This is a Concourse quality 9.3 Aero, laser red, the tan interior. It's a 6-speed automatic. Another Concourse car we have here is actually Aidens 9000. He is on Instagram as Delta Project 05. It's a naturally aspirated 2.3. And look at how clean this is. Concourse quality right here. Really well done. He wants us to take this for a rip though, because he keeps claiming it's really slow, but after driving the 2-stroke, I have a feeling this thing's gonna feel rather fast. But look at the quality, how nicely this car has been maintained. It's amazing. I love the decor panel he has back here. B234, it's got a good little sound to it. All right, let's hop in, go for a ride. We've been cruising around in Aidens 9000 here for a few minutes, just waiting for it to get up to operating temperature. We're just enjoying the Chicago suburbs, I guess. But you want to tell us a little bit about this car quickly?
So this is my 1991 Saab 9000, naturally aspirated. This isn't even a 9000S. This is the most base model 9000 you can get. So it has a cloth interior, the naturally aspirated radio, absolutely zero features, slick top, no sunroof, no central locking either. This is the most basic 9000 you could buy from Saab back then. But with it being so basic, there's nothing to break on it. Unfortunately, with it being a non-turbo, you get all of maybe 100 horsepower. So it's not super great for acceleration or anything highway speeds, but just cruising through town like this, the transmission's a close ratio transmission, different from the turbo model. So first and second gear are really rapid when it comes to acceleration.
Let's see it.
But once you get into fourth and fifth, those are really just the highway gears. Anything after third is pretty lethargic.
Yeah, I'm sure you've gotten like no torque right now. You gotta
no torque,
probably keep it.
This is foot to the floor.
You're in fifth, or what are you?
Yeah, even in fourth, it's still pretty bad. But
my dad had an MG 900 that was 2.3 NA, and this kind of has that same vibe to it. I'm sure the motors are probably very similar.
Motor, B234i, naturally aspirated, 2.3. So it's just got done getting Concourse judged and lost a couple points, but nothing too serious.
You got docked points for these little creases right here, which is kind of unfortunate. But if you look at the rest of the car, I mean, there's not a single scratch or anything on this right here. It's in really awesome shape. Just like with Tom's 2-stroke, I am starting out on a hill again, although I'm a bit more familiar with this setup than I am with 2-stroke and the column. So, oh, the brakes. I gotta get used to power brakes and normal brakes again too. Yeah, this clutch is incredibly easy. It just, I mean, Saab manuals have always been such easy cars to drive. And you keep calling it a dog, but I mean, you're used to turbo Saabs that have probably twice the power this does. So your perspective, I think, is a little bit swayed. I mean, for the average person, this has enough power to do, you know, whatever they want. It really wants you to shift up as soon as you can. As soon as I'm on the throttle just a little bit, and now I'm in fourth doing about 40, the shift up light is just sitting there like, come on, like go to...
It's always right at 2,000.
This thing, it just kind of floats down the road. And I don't mean that in a way where it's like, it's not a sporty car, but it's just very smooth and quiet and comfortable. So I'm sure driving it down here was probably pretty nice and enjoyable.
Suspension wise, yes. Dealing with stop and go traffic.
And I like how it's similar to how my 900s cluster is, where all the older Saabs have the Econ, the green right here, and then as you get to the red line, it obviously looks like a normal tachometer. But this thing's pretty awesome. Appreciate you letting me drive it, man.
Of course, no problem.
Big thanks again to Aiden for letting me drive his car. Yesterday I tried to cover every car in the show field. There's obviously more that have showed up, so we'll do some spot sightseeing throughout the main show field But let's take a look at the rest of these Concourse cars. These 900s, the paint on them is phenomenal. Look at this one right here. Wow. I'm extraordinarily envious of this commemorative edition. My dad had the same Find Your Own Road plate on his NG900. That's like the second time that car's come up in the last 3 minutes. Nice Ecotech here in for Concourse. This is beautifully clean engine bay. Just check that out. Old generation 9.3 convertible. I mean, it's just amazing how clean these people can keep their engine bays and maintain them. They look literally brand new. It's phenomenal. 9.3 with Turbo X wheels. This is a 2011 Titan Gray, I believe it is. Another 900, similar gray. Just take a look at how clean this engine bay is. Wow. Look at that. I hope mine looks this clean when it's all back together. I guess time will tell there. This one here has some nice little chromed parts on the fuel rail, for example, and I noticed, I think these are all original hose clamps too, because a lot of the old hose clamps on mine had like some faded blue paint. So I think they've either restored the original hose clamps or replaced them and painted them to match, or maybe they found some like old original ones, but either way, that's super cool. 5-speed manual, beautiful interior. As with this one's a gray on gray right here. Super clean engine bay as well. There's quite a few classic 900s in Concourse, and the paint, this one once again, I mean, I'm just extremely envious of the paint quality on a lot of these cars. You don't see many Saabs with bug shields, so it's pretty cool to see this NG900 with one. Dark green paint, the 3 spokes to match. Sanjay's blue combi that we filmed yesterday at the start of the video with 19-inch Turbo X wheels on it off of his other car. And we got a couple 94Xs. There's quite a few 94Xs here. There's these 2, and I believe there's 3 or 4 more over there. Really awesome. I wanted to do a quick promotion of my new shirts I have on the channel called Build It Better, featuring my classic 900 with some renderings and sketches I had done. Feel free to check them out. They'll be linked at the top of the description to see what's up, help support the channel, help support my rebuild, and yeah, I'm excited to be offering some new merch. We're at a point where we have the entire parking lot filled. It's getting a little windy, I apologize for that, but we've got some overflow parking. A beautiful SPG with Super Aero wheels, a 9000 parked right behind it over there. This 900 has some really cool wheels on it. I love the fog light covers. I'd love to get one of these. I can tell it's also been lowered. This thing's really sweet. Got some like very correct wheels. I don't know if these are 900 seats or not. I have not seen these before. The wood shift knob. I love that steering wheel too. This is one of the original Saab 92s. This is a 1952. I talked a bit more about this yesterday. I won't go over it again here, so check out that video, but this thing is just incredibly cool. Suicide doors, the old aircraft paint. Look at this license plate. This is owned by a local collector apparently, and wow. The V4s. All these cars I believe were here yesterday, so I'll go over them just very quickly here as we pass by another red SPG. We've got Richard Olbar over there. He's doing all this Tech 2 work, his tuning, as he always does at these SOCs. He's such a great member of our community. One of my favorite cars once again from yesterday. Upgraded brakes, upgraded everything, big Porsche wing, 9,000 seats. I went over this car in more detail in yesterday's video as well, but so many classic 900s here. So many 2-strokes and V4s as well. The Sonnet 5 that we talked about yesterday. This was a Sonnet 5 prototype. It's based on the Sonnet 3, which are the 2 cars that are flanking it on either side. And it was kind of just a prototype. You can see the wider body, the flared fenders. They had the hood open last night. It is powered by the same V4, or at least a similar V4 as the Sonnet 3s. So many classic 900s. They're all just great, beautiful shape. The burl greens, and can never go wrong with those. Do you guys like the sedans or the 3-door hatches? Do you like the notchbacks? What's kind of your favorite 900s? I've always been the biggest fan of the 3-door hatches like this, but a lot of people love these sedans. The convertibles are awesome as well. I know, big following for those, but so many cool 900s here. Check out some of the Vigans again. Mike's Vigan drove out from Colorado. He's rooming with us. Super cool car. This thing's got a stage 3, pretty dang fast as well. There's lots of people that have parts for sale. There's seminars going on all throughout the days. There's sponsored dinners and things like that. So there's just so much to do here, more than just a car meet. It truly is a convention. Nick Taliaferro's Vigan, once again, really cool. As Dylan's walking by, he's trying to find the lone 92X that showed up to this event. You did find him? He's way over there, so.
It's rusty.
Oh, well.
And automatic.
Oh, and you're just roasting the guy right now. This one is awesome, this Turbo X Combi with the custom 20-inch wheels. The owner was super generous and let me sit in it yesterday, try out his awesome sound system. He has done tons of custom work on this car. It's truly incredible. The Maxton kit. Monte Carlo yellow Vigan. Can't go wrong with one of those. They're truly incredible cars. Another Turbo X. Those are some sweet wheels sitting right there on this V6. Got a 9.5 with a shark tooth bumper and a few other 9.3s just kind of hanging out over here. Some of these cars have been worked on. You know, we had people with turbo go bad, and sure enough, everyone came out here at night and helped them replace it. It was just a really cool experience, the kind of things that go on at these events. And once again, some of the crazier cars here are these couple of black 9.3s with these motors and the big turbos. This car right here, I think, has a decent chance at winning Best in Show. An incredibly custom 99. Look at this. I first noticed the tail lights, obviously not factory tail lights, and then I noticed the exhaust, and then I noticed those wide tires. Look at how deep these wheels are. Incredible. Check out this interior. So it actually has a 2.3 liter EcoBoost engine in it, made it to a 6-speed manual transmission. Look at that steering wheel, the seats, the matching luggage to go with the livery and the paint, and the gold wheels, the leather straps on the hood. And these ducts right here are actually for the brakes. If you look in there, you can see they route down here to these giant Wilwood brakes that are tucked and hidden under here. This is an incredible example of a very clean build. So yeah, this has to be one of my favorites here for sure. Cool, unique brown. He's got the 900 valve cover sitting on there. Another black Vigan convertible, and we're back to the Lightning Blues. Also back to the Concourse. There's a Turbo X, and we got 3 97Xs sitting right here. And this NG95, which is original owner, 54,000 miles, basically a fully optioned car. I'll show you guys the window sticker in a second. Look at how clean this is. I mean, just the shine on the black plastics. It looks like it came off the showroom. The paint, the jet black metallic, really beautiful, really something special. This interior with the vented seats, nav, everything. It's hard to see in there with the glare, but trust me, it's amazing. And here's the original window sticker, 54,300. It's got the technology package, the navigation, Harman Kardon sound, 19-inch turbine wheels, also the vented front seats, and some trunk accessories. All right, I covered a lot of these 9.3s yesterday, but there's just a wide variety of arrows, arcs, facelift, pre-facelift, everything you can imagine right here. The lime yellow convertible with the beautiful aftermarket wheels and lowered suspension. One thing I just got reminded by is they do people's choice voting as well, not just the Concourse. So all of us, anyone who comes gets a little QR code, and you can vote for which car is your favorite for each category. So they have like 9.3 sports sedan, they have 9.3 combis, 9.3 convertibles, 9.5s, Vigans, 900 convertible, NG95. Every category model you can think of, including the classics, of course, as well. You get to vote, and you get an award if you get first, second, or third. All right, I'm here with Ahmad in his V-Tuner Stage 2, correct?
Yes, sir. This car was actually featured in one of your older videos. I'm pretty sure it was 2019 SOC in the Part 2 video. A very good friend of mine now used to own it. and there was a owner between me and him, and things kind of got a little messed up with the setup. Whenever I got the car, the all-wheel drive wasn't working. It was not hitting boost at all. It was extremely slow. Luckily, you know, I had Gabe and who was from the Pedro's Performance. He helped me tune the car back up to where it's supposed to be, and I'm pretty sure you've heard of Camille. Camille is also another person that put in a lot of help in getting the setup where it's supposed to be and all. It's on E85 now. It hits boost how it's supposed to. It doesn't have any boost leaks. Up pipe is fixed. All-wheel drive is working 100%. So I can probably launch it just how you got to experience it the first time.
Here's his Instagram if you guys are curious. And you also wrapped it in this awesome yellow, which makes it stand out. It's super cool.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
But what do you say? Do you take this thing for a quick ride and see what it's like?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, awesome. Let's get started up.
Regarding the turbo, it's basically the Stage 2 Plus from V-Tuner. It has a bigger exhaust housing. It's a billet compressor wheel and inlet wheel. It's you know, for the most part, full bolt-on. I have a DO88 intercooler, the charge pipe kit, the coolant hose kit. It has a spec Stage 3 clutch in it. I have Brembo brakes off of a Cobalt SS, and for the most part, that's really it. Regarding the fuel system, also running the high flow fuel pump that's from Marlboro, the Marlboro 450. There's 2 revisions of it, so anyone that's seeing this that is planning on upgrading, make sure you pay the extra $20 and get the one that flows more, or it has a higher fuel pressure relief valve.
Okay.
And that's the one that, you know, you cannot go wrong with. If you ever want to push more power on, it's there to feed it. I have 750cc Bosch injectors. I'm running E85. I don't have, for the most part, any problems with fueling. And other than that, I mean, this is one of the most reliable builds that I've ever experienced. I've been in so many different types of cars. I've owned a lot of different makes and models. I've been in Mustangs, RX-8s, Eclipses, Hondas, and the cheapest way to make power and still be reliable and be able to, you know, beat on it without having to worry is surprisingly this car. I take this car to the track. I surprise people left and right everywhere I go with in this car, and the experience is just, you know, mind-blowing. Like, I've never experienced this in any community, in any car, and you know, if I would go back in time, I'd do it over and over and over again. Like, I have nothing to complain about. You know, the community is by far the best community that I've ever experienced, and you know, the support and the willingness that people have to, like, go to such extents to help you out and make sure that, you know, you're having a good experience is insane.
So he's got a cool trick. He can do rolling anti-lag with this tune. So we're gonna try that out to feel what this car is like. Dude, this car is properly quick.
Yeah, the fastest car I've ever owned as well. You know, I've been through so many different platforms. Nothing compares to this. Nothing at all. Not the noises. You know how
the V6 sounds so good, man. Right?
The turbo noise is everything. It's insane. Everything about these cars is just a 10 out of 10.
Right.
I have nothing else to say, like, other than you gotta go get yourself some. If you don't have one, you need one.
You're
if you
missing
have
out.
one, you need more. But yeah, man.
I can't thank you enough for
man. Thank you for riding with me. You know, it's such a pleasure, you know, being in one of your videos as well. You know,
it's a great
you're one
car.
of the mainstream YouTubers for Saabs. You know, you help keeping them alive, same way that we are, but you know, just in a different way, different shape and form. So
I appreciate it.
Very big thank you for that as well.
Everyone here is so generous. So let's go check out some more cars.
Yep.
And again, follow Ahmad on Instagram.
Yeah, at Saab Airlines.
There we go. Well, we got back from lunch late and we're walking into the group photo here. We missed it, but this is still cool. See everyone, all the cars. All right, well, before everyone gets back down here, it's a perfect time to cover the rest of these cars. Went over Kurt's Troll R yesterday and in previous SOCs, so I'm not going to cover that again, as well as the Snail upgraded pepper green wagon. This one is really cool. Last night I saw he had some really interesting aftermarket headlights in there that were doing some cool colors and things like that. Our Glacier Blue manual wagon. Look at all the new gen 9.5s here. Wide variety of specs, colors, everything. These are so awesome. I went through a lot of these yesterday as well. And down here, if we get into the new gens, I already see 3 laser red wagons. There's one, there's 2 right next to each other down there. Now this is a sweet setup. The miniature Saab, kind of little go-kart looking thing. It's obviously modeled after a classic 900. This is really, really cool. Pretty soon here they'll be doing Joyrides. They always do these with the older classic Saabs, like a lot of the 2-strokes V4, some classic 900s, where they'll just take people around the parking lot and stuff, because not many people get to experience those cars, and so a lot of the owners are very generous and give the everyday average Saab owner a chance to experience that. So I'll probably film a little bit of that, but we got lots and lots of convertibles here. I could be wrong. This looks like it's a bit brighter than the average. It's not a laser red, it's lighter than Merlot. I know there's some other reds like chili red. I'm not quite sure it's any of those. It just has a certain kind of pearl and effect to it, and it's a really pretty color. I was actually in the middle of just filming the owner's car, JT here. He was just telling me about it. Extraordinarily nice guy, and just the work that he put into this car to make it look like this. This is a pre-facelift, and he has swapped everything to a facelift. It's really incredible and just extremely nice guy. So if you guys ever see him on the Facebook groups, I mean, it's hard to not recognize the car, but just he hired a local graffiti artist and had him do this, and wanted it to look like a subway car. He said, like one of the old school subway cars. And I think it just turned out so cool. Absolutely love how this looks. So Carl's SPG, you guys saw it yesterday, or it's not an SPG actually, but he got a license plate that randomly says SPG, coincidentally.
He said it was a random gift from the Mass RMV.
It's a random plate that happened to say SPG, and it's not actually an SPG.
I was so psyched when that happened. Like, the car's not an SPG, but I'll take it. I also have one SPG 29 on my Volvo wagon, so it's when I moved to Massachusetts from New Hampshire, I just got whatever plates they handed me. That's what I ended up with.
Great coincidence. Got the Joyrides underway. This Sonnet has just been ripping around. There's Tom's car from earlier. He's giving some rides. Just listen to this as it rips down. This car I haven't really touched on much because it's just been sitting here front and center. I've been out over there in the show field, but these Hirsch wheels on here, this thing is beautiful. Has the upgraded Kenwood system. It's just an incredibly, incredibly clean example of a new Gen 9.3. These Hirsch wheels are just phenomenal. Fit this car so well. Cars are kind of taking different routes. I'm trying to see if I can get a good spot for you guys to get a good flyby of them, but some of them are going that way, some of them are going that way, some of them are going down this way. So see if we can get some good footage. I moved over here because they're all going over here, and now they start going back that way. I can't win. I don't know where to stand. A few guys are leaving for the day or just taking their cars out. Cars are 60, some of them upwards of 70 years old, and these owners are just absolutely dogging on them all around this complex. Obviously at safe speeds. I mean, they've got 50 horsepower if that, so it sounds like they're flying, but in reality they're probably doing 30-40 miles an hour at the most. But I mean, these guys are just dogging on their cars lap after lap, and he's still got a line of people here. We've been doing this for about 45 minutes, so really generous of all these owners to bring out their old 2-strokes and V4s and just letting us experience it. I think we're gonna have to end this video and these series of awesome videos with where it all started for Saab, back with the original 92 and the aircraft paint cars. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to everyone, the Saab Club, and everyone that came out, everyone that introduced themselves, all the people that worked tirelessly to make this event possible as volunteers or board members or whatnot. And all of us here are so thankful for all the hard work you put in. This was an amazing venue, an awesome turnout. Later tonight we have the dinner, which will have some awards, things like that. And then tomorrow we all head home. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. That took a little bit longer than I thought it would.